Hello everybody, my name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator at Bear Bull Traders, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my PTON trade today. In my PTON trade today, I want to talk to you about the 5-minute hammer. We use a lot of VPA at BBT, and one of the stronger candle formations that you can often see at the bottom or top of a trend is a hammer that is the opposite of that trend. So, for instance, if the price is selling off, and as it's selling down on the 5-minute, you close a strong hammer, then that really kind of brings your attention into it. I have a trade set that I like to utilize for reversals using the new 5-minute high after that, and I'd like to kind of share that with you. I did that on PTON today. If you look up to my chart here, let's start on the 1-minute, and I'll show you. I actually took a opening trade on PTON here, and you can see this. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. And you'll see PTON actually sold off, came back up, and it got back above pre-market low. Looked pretty good, so I took a small position there, and then I added as it broke up. I added because I had a small position on it, right? So this was set for the loss of this hammer here, or the loss of this. So in order to get a real 2-to-1, I needed it to go somewhere up around here. So I went ahead and I added in a little bit into this position so that I could get a little bit more extra once it looked like it was going to be strong. And I, of course, got a nice breakup. Thankfully, got a partial, but then the stock quickly failed after that and stopped me out. So at this point, PTON has been trading pretty well from day to day. If you look here at the daily, PTON has been on a very strong run up. It has been consolidating here, but there's been no large volume events or anything going on up here that really makes me think PTON's done running up right now, or that it's starting to distribute heavily. It just looks like we're kind of consolidating here a bit. So notice today's volume is much lower on it though. So what I'm doing now is I was waiting to see if we were going to get a bottom and what that was going to look for. So, and often, now as you can see on my 5-minute chart here, I like to wait for these 5-minute hammers to form. So PTON comes down here, you can see, and we had the big volume here as we came down, and then we formed a hammer here, which was interesting. And if honestly, I might have been interested in taking it long potentially there, but I wasn't watching the stock yet. I was actually looking around for some other stocks, so I didn't really see it form there. And also, the one thing I didn't really like about it was just kind of the amount of volume that came up on it. It wasn't really the right amount. It was a little bit too much volume there to be pretty sure what was going on. So we had some indecision candles there, and then there we go. We have building volume that closes on this big 5-minute hammer. So now I'm going to wait for the price to sell off a little bit, and if it comes up and makes a new high above that hammer, then that's where I like to go long. And as you can see, I went long here. Nice play all the way up to previous day's close, and I got a partial there, and now I'm holding my next partial setup just under 134 where there's a large group of asks sitting. So this is more of a 5-minute chart kind of trade. I did use the 1-minute chart to make the entry a little more precise, so you can see here as we actually break up on strength. Notice this one when it came down and it made the 5-minute hammer before. Notice how much different these candles looked. This was another part of the reason. This still didn't look ready to go, but after coming down here, we had our 5-minute hammer formed. We have a 1-minute hammer down here, and then we popped up. Once we got that new 5-minute high, I thought it looked real good. So I went long, had very little hold on it, and it's just been moving up ever since. So anyway, that's my PTON trade, and that's how I use the 5-minute hammer to take a trade. I hope it was informative for everybody. If so, feel free to throw me a like and subscribe to the channel, and always ring that bell. Thanks everybody. Thanks for your time, and as always, keep it green.